Hello, this is Ignacy from Portal Games, and this is Portal Games vlog. Hello everybody, Magic is with me today, so we will have some special effects. Can I have a special effect right now? And this is our production going back with us, and now we are discussing all things considered Portal Games, so some news from the company. And because last weekend I was at a convention that was dedicated to war games, I will have a little small segment about war games, because it's my passion and I love to talk about games and about war games in general. So now, first of all, thank you for all the questions below on YouTube from the past episode. You asked many questions. Most of them were about the same topic, so I can answer them very quickly and very easily. You were asking why the Book of Adventures will be released next year, shipped next year. So what I meant was that the release for the stores, for the retailers, for Robinson Crusoe Collector's Edition and the Book of Adventures will be early next year. Before that happens, obviously we will deliver the games to you, to our backers. So the Book of Adventures and Robinson Crusoe Collector's Edition hopefully will be at your home this year. And I was telling about the next year release of Book of Adventures. I was telling about retailers, stores, game stores, distribution, regular retail. Don't worry, you will be having that before that. That was one of the many topics. The other topics you were asking were about the German edition of Book of Adventures. As far as I know, everything is as promised. There is no problems whatsoever. There was some confusion because of some German vlogger showed something that was different than planned, but everything is okay. So no comments on that. I know that everything will be fine as we promised in the campaign. So this is for your concerns. As always, this vlog is for you. So if you have any questions, any topics, any issues, put them here in the comments below on YouTube, and I'm here for you every Wednesday answering them. Today on Wednesday, we are recording on Wednesday, and today right after this recording we have a lunch break, and then after the lunch break I'm having a playtest of the new case for Detective. So for all of you who love Detective, who love this series of games, of story-driven games with solving crimes and mysteries, we have something new coming up at some point. At this point is in the playtesting. We will talk more about it when it is closer, but I'm eager to playtest another case and solve it, hopefully. Then, besides Detective, as I said in the previous episodes, we are working on some small expansion for you, for Imperial Miners. We are working on some scenarios, so as well it will be released this year, most likely, as a gift. We'll tease more about it in upcoming weeks, but yes, our development is working also on a new content for Imperial Miners. Thank you for amazing feedback on the game, as I said in many episodes of vlog before. And the feedback is very positive. The game sells very well, and we appreciate that, and we want to give you more and more content so you can enjoy the game. But the most important thing that will happen this week, because it's this week vlog, we have Jan, our production manager and part of our development team, coming to our office, because regularly he lives in Warsaw, the capital of Poland, but he can visit our office tomorrow, and this week we are going to decide what army for Neuroshima Hex will be released next year. The procedure is very simple, super awesome, and I love it. Janek will bring to the office 5 prototypes, 5 new armies for Neuroshima Hex, submitted by the designers who work with us for many years, who know the game very well, as well as from the fans. So 5 new armies this week on the tables, and we are playing, we are discussing, we are looking for what's the best for the line, and from these 5 submissions we will pick 2 best armies. One of these armies will be released next year as our regular September release, like this year, like the last year, like the previous year. So each year we are releasing one army in September in a cardboard form, and one army will be picked to be exclusive release for the app. So this year we are going to release a new army only exclusive for the app. You know it from our teasers. And we are deciding this week what army will be exclusive for the app for the next year. So a great time at Portal Games offices, lots of fun moments for fans of Neuroshima Hex in the office. We are going to do some amazing playtesting and debates, and as I said, 5 armies will fight for being the best, the most interesting, the most unique, the most fun, and 2 of these armies will made it to the actual production and to the further development and further playtesting and further balancing, etc, etc. So this is what's happening at Portal Games office. That was a super short brief, and now let me talk about the war games, about my wargame convention. This weekend I was at the Agrowar, which is a Polish wargaming convention held around Warsaw, very close to the Warsaw, the capital of Poland. I played many war games during the weekend. I'm not going to bore you with the wargaming topics, but there were 2 games that may be super interesting for you Eurogamers, for fans of the board games in general. So the most Eurogame-ish war games I played this weekend. One was from Germany. It's called Weimar. I don't have a box, I don't have a copy of this game. I played at convention, a friend copy. But Maciej, our video editor and production, will now show you the cover of the game, Weimar. Amazing, one of the best games I played this year, and let me unpack this statement. So first of all, production value. The production value is mind freaking blowing. It doesn't have a plastic miniatures, it doesn't have like a big amazing Cthulhu from Simon Games, but the board double layered, the tokens, wooden pieces, the layout and the artwork and everything was top notch. One of the best, if not the best, produced game I played this year. So in terms of the production value, one of the best products I saw this year on my table. Amazing. In terms of the theme, super interesting. The action takes place before the start of the Second World War. We are in Germany. There are elections. There are parties fighting for the elections, and this is a very difficult, very complex period of history in Germany, when there is a poverty and unrest on the streets. And different parties convince people to vote for them, and we are one of these parties, and we are fighting to get the seats in the parliament. We are fighting to get some pressure on the streets. We are trying to do some unrest to get some more votes, and basically do a lot of mess on the streets. A super interesting topic. I didn't know much about it beforehand. Now I know a little bit more, and I'm going to dig more and more and more to learn about these things. So in terms of the education and topic and the theme, super interesting. And now the most important for you Eurogamers, the gameplay, interesting, engaging, not that difficult compared to other war games. And you have your cars, you play your cars, you have your workers, you can put them on the board of the streets, you can put them on the parliament, you can all do the things super interesting. I strongly recommend go to Board Game Geek, check out Weimar, and if you want to have in your collection one war game with a super interesting topic that is relevant to today's world, because unrest and all these right movements, this is what's happening right now in the world. So it somehow relates to what's happening right now in the world. Interesting, engaging, important topic, beautiful production, quite simple rules but super engaging. 4 players, asymmetrical factions, asymmetrical goals, asymmetrical ways to achieve our goals, and many interesting topics. Weimar, it might be the best war game in your collection. If you are scared of these super complex tiny tokens, tanks going on the battlefields, this is like Eurogame war game that you may absolutely love. That was one of the best games I played this year. I loved it. I wish I could show it to you, but Maciej did it for me. So Weimar, check out the Eurogame war game, beautiful production, amazing team, super interesting rules. And the other game that I played and I want to recommend you is Charioteer. And once again, Maciej will show you now the cover box, because I don't own this game, I played on a friend copy. For years we were all debating that we like racing games, but there's not much of the games to choose from, and the Flamme Rouge from Stronghold Games was the most renowned, and everybody was recommending Flamme Rouge. And then 2 years ago, Days of Wonder released Heat, amazing game. I wrote an article about the game on my blog ignacy.com, and Heat is one of the best racing games ever. I absolutely love it. So for the past 2 years we were debating Flamme Rouge or Heat, Flamme Rouge or Heat. So I want to throw one more title to this a couple of racing games, and the game is called Charioteer, as I already said. Brilliant, amazing game. The game is released by GMT. GMT is a company that releases only war games. So nobody of us, Eurogamers, pay attention to racing game from GMT, doesn't make sense, nobody's interested, no, 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 no. Here I am, Ignacy, coming to you, tell you that for you, Eurogamers, it is one of the best racing games I ever played. And I mean it. It's smart, it's super engaging, and you have your 8 cards. You have to play at least 2 cards at the match. You have different symbols on the cards. It's like a pattern building, symbol matching. You have your different abilities, different skills. In your round you play 2 or 3 or 4 cards, but they have to match together. So you are building your hand over the round, preparing for the next round and preparing for the next play. You have 4 different powers. You can go better to the turns. You can heal your chariot because it will be destroyed at some point. You can attack other players, throwing some, javelins and other stuff. All the different powers that you can have. And if you like card games, trust me, I know that you love card games because I love card games. If you like card games, if you love hand management, if you like smart planning for the next round, managing your cards in your hand and planning what to play the next round, super amazing game. Once again, go to Board Game Geek, check out Charioteer, check if this is something interesting for you, and I tell you, and I'm super serious, I love Heat, I love Flamme Rouge, and now I love Charioteer, three best racing games on the market. And this is me. After Agro War, after a war game convention, I played many other war games, tactical games, general strategy games. I will not recommend them to you because you are not a war gamer. But Weimar, super interesting Euro style war game, and Charioteer, amazing card-driven racing game. 2 recommendations from me. That's it. I'm going to playtest Detective. I'm going to prepare for my playtesting of the 5 new armies for Neuroshima Hex. It's an amazing widget Portal Games. And as always, thank you for your questions, thank you for all the likes, thank you for all your concerns that they are putting below so I can answer them. And as always, please click like button, please ask me questions, and talk to you next Wednesday. Bye bye.